Welcome back to Sprua Life Coaching, Coping with COVID-19 series. So, from last week, we have started on a very interesting topic, and we have our guest speaker here again this week with us, Vishesh Chaturvedi. Vishesh, very warm welcome to you. He is a financial advisor and heads life and investment solutions. And with him, we are discussing very important topics. Last week, he has advised us about how to go about your financial planning and how to revisit and go about it. But Vishesh, last time also you were mentioning a very important point about the needs and the wants. And since this is the Coping with COVID-19 series, I want to ask you, have you changed, have you seen any mindset shift in the people or your clients? Because things have drastically changed from what they were earlier and now with the COVID situation. So is there a mindset shift also with the clients and with the financial aspects?
Thank you, Arti, for having me again on this show. Yeah, yesterday's newspaper says we Indians are very high on saving nowadays because of COVID situation.
Okay.
But these savings are not attached to any financial goals because they are getting dumped or parked in bank fixed deposits or recurring deposits. If we are not aligning them to any financial goal, we will end up spending it the moment lockdown will be closed or world will come back on the expenses. Ideally, minimum 50% or 75% of these funds should be immediately aligned to their future financial goals like child higher education or retirement.
Okay. So, do you see people have becoming more aware because there is so much of financial uncertainty?
Yes, these uncertain times have made people realize the value of financial planning, the value of small policies like Mediclaim, term plan in their life, which plays a major role.
Okay, okay. So we can say that in a way COVID-19 has been a kind of our guru, and it is teaching us some maybe disciplinary things which we were lacking in our lives, and people have become more aware of the financial aspects, especially the planning side of it, tracking it.
Yeah, it's always said that time is a best teacher.
Yeah.
So time is changing and we are learning.
Correct, correct. So when it as you were saying about the education, so it reminds me of the children. So we have the millennials or our kids, and they are seeing this situation, and naturally now they are very much aware that they have to do financial planning, and we will also like them to start at an early age. So what is your advice on this subject, how they should go about it, the young people?
We should definitely teach them financial planning or financial habits for that matter from very early age. Uh, the thumb rule says income minus saving is equal to expenses. What we used to follow is income minus expenses. Whatever is left over will be part towards savings. But now we should follow the guidelines. Income minus saving, whatever is left over should be used for our expenses. In our life, we create two type of assets: personal assets and secondly, returnable assets. Personal assets are those assets which are used for our immediate consumptions, like purchasing mobile, car, bikes, laptops, house. These are for immediate consumption. And other is returnable assets. Returnable assets are those assets which help us in achieving our future financial goals. They give return on investment to us. Now, fortunately or unfortunately, 80% of our income is getting consumed on our personal assets. only 20% goes towards returnable assets. This ratio needs to be changed. This ratio needs to be increased from 20%. So our future, we are going ahead, we are saving, or we are making sure our future is also financially secure.
Okay. So I think one important thing you said is kids have to start early. And since they are starting early, let's say my daughter, now she is 20 years old and she's starting. Do they have a certain advantage if they're starting at this early age?
Yeah, we have heard this proverb since our since our childhood. Start early, reach safely. Same happens with finance. Uh, the magic of compounding is treated as eighth wonder of the world. If you start early, magic of compounding will help you in achieving your financial goal very easily. So suppose 20-year-old child start investing towards his or which sorry, for her retirement. At the age of 60, she is planning to get retired. So she's 20, she wants to get retired at age of 60. So 40 years she is having.
Hmm.
But investment towards retirement planning. He has just 20 years. He just has 10 years. And in these 10 years, he will have major expenses of his life, which will be his education, his child's marriage. Major wealth will get diverted towards that. Then with less leftover money, he has to design his retirement, which might be as long as 20 years. So starting early or investing early definitely will give you extra edge. The magic of compounding definitely helps you.
Okay. So I think the magic word you said is the magic of compounding,
Yeah.
which will help them if they are really starting early. And the discipline would also, maybe if they're starting early, they will be more disciplined. I think as some of us, we started when we got into a job, and then sometimes it was too late. We felt that we started investing or
So
financial aspects.
yeah, so that's what I said. Financial habit.
Mm,
If you have you always have habit with money. You develop habit consciously or unconsciously. If you are consciously not developing a habit of saving, unconsciously you're have developing a habit of spending, because money won't stay with you.
mm.
Either you save or you invest. Two things you can do with money.
Yeah, the financial habit, and what kind of habit we inculcate. And I think it goes back to that mindset thing which you keep on repeating. And I will like to remind our viewers about it, that differentiate between your needs and wants.
Listen,
And that is a very important tip that you had given. So Vishesh, like this, do you have some Vishesh tips for our viewers?
especially in COVID times, yes, very important thing. This year, health should be on priority. You should must have Mediclaim, adequate Mediclaim for yourself. We should be concentrating on our health. We shouldn't be using Mediclaim, but we should be having Mediclaim. And secondly, must in our portfolio, because these times have shown us we should have an extra income yielding asset with us. Rate of interests are going down. We should be freezing the high rate of interest what we are having today. We can't say high, because whenever we say high, we compare it with something. But whatever rate of interest are available today won't be available in future. In India, we are lucky that we can avail, or we can plan retirements. We can purchase pensions. If you go to developed economies like US, Japan, they can't purchase annuities. Pensions are not available over there, because fixed deposit rate of interest in Japan is negative. In US is 1.5% or 2%. So you can't buy annuities. In India, we are lucky. We have not reached that stage. But after 20, 15 years or 25 years, probably we will be also in that position where we won't be able to purchase annuities. So today, whatever rate of interest are available, we should jump on them. We can grab it. So a parallel income yielding asset will start flowing, will start in our portfolio, which will start giving us income from if we can plan early retirement or whenever we are planning to get retired, income will start flowing.
Okay, okay. So I think it's a,
And
yeah, go ahead.
sorry, and a leverage asset because uh, they are financial assets will be helping you to create wealth. So with these financial assets, you can also create income also. So wealth creation will help you till retirement or pre-retirement. But leverage assets like term plan or income generating asset like pensions or parallel income will help you throughout pre-retirement also, post-retirement also. Because when I'm earning and the parallel flow of income is coming, it is definitely helping me in maintaining high standard of living or catering to my wants. And post-retirement parallel income, which will be labor-free, is definitely invited. So wealth creation will help you up to uh, retirement or pre-retirement. Post-retirement, whatever wealth you have created won't be able to cater for next 20 years to you. So we should understand for retirement, we should be creating wealth. We should be creating income. For my child education, I need wealth. For my child's marriage, I need wealth. But for retirement, I need income. So we should be getting confused in different financial goals. For retirement, we need income. So we any asset which we create today will be liability tomorrow for us. In old age, I can generate or I can earn my house rent at the I can go physically and hunt for a tenant or get in touch with my broker to get the tenant in till age of 70, 75, 80. At 85, 87, 88, probably when the gelling between mind and body is not that uh, smooth, I won't be able to do infuse labor to earn my income. So that time, these type of labor-free income will help us. So for retirement, we should be also always concentrating on pension, not on wealth creation.
Hmm. Yeah. So I think very important tips which we have got from you is, one is you have to start early, then follow certain discipline. With the different age groups, there are going to be different factors. And I have Swapna with us today. We are from the life coaching, and when we are doing the sessions, we take the wheel of life, and we tell our clients to do some outcome based planning. So financial outcomes is one of the most important things right now. Whatever clients we are seeing, many of them are struggling with the financial outcomes and setting up those financial outcomes. So, do you want to give some specific advice to them, who people who are struggling with the financial outcomes?
Yes, concentrate on your needs, uh, but also plan for your futures. Uh, Mediclaim, leverage assets like term plan or income generating assets are must in your portfolio. We have seen this in past 5 months because the other assets have helped us. And
Okay.
guaranteed assets. We have sovereign guaranteed assets, which are leverage assets also and income generating assets also with LIC. So we can't afford to ignore them because today we are not realizing, tomorrow definitely we will realize the value of these.
So I think from you, what you're saying, diversification seems to be the key.
Yeah, diversification is also the key. Plus, it's not IRR which helps you achieve your financial goals. It's a regularity of investment. Because a lot of instruments are there which give you high returns. They beat inflation. But as an investor, I don't stick to them because the wealth is available easily and I can see my funds growing. I redeem it because martial law of Marshall theory says, okay, my wants will increase as per my income increases.
Yeah.
The moment my income increases, my wants can increase. So I will cater to my wants. So until as I develop a habit of saving, I will keep on spending, or I'm developing a habit of spending.
Yeah, I'm sure the moment the malls will open, people are going to flood them for the shopping. Uh, definitely, from you, whatever you have mentioned, I see how beautifully Swapna it ties to the beliefs that we keep on talking. And what is my belief that I will have a secure financial future is has to be my belief, and I will work towards it has to be my another belief.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that way I think we should take a help of a professional financial advisor and set our definite financial outcomes. And Vishesh, it is very inspiring, and we felt really positive as you are talking about wealth creation in
Yes.
these times.
In these times, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, these are aspects of finances. Either you create wealth or you create income. So both are important because both cater to different financial goals of your life. Having said that, income creation is definitely must because uncertainty after lockdown opens will increase more, as you rightly said. So that juncture, if a parallel income is coming which is labor free, will definitely help me. Or otherwise, I will erode my wealth to cater to my basic necessities, because
Yeah.
nowadays in pandemic we have seen uh, people were not having adequate medicals, so they have eroded their wealth to pay medical bills.
Yes.
So we should have leverage assets in place in our portfolio which are adequately covering us, term plan, medical leave. We should have income generating assets which are giving us income. Tax-free incomes are also available. So our labor is income is taxable, but we have opportunity to build a tax-free income. So regular flow of income will be coming. So when I'm earning tax-free income is coming, I don't have any problem. And tomorrow post-retirement, I should definitely plan for tax-free.
Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful, beautifully explained. And I'm sure our viewers would have gained a lot of insights and also a very positive vibes that we are going to come out of this situation. And once we get back to life, these things which you have said important, and to continue with our financially secure future, I think everyone has to take the first step of setting these outcomes, the financial outcomes. So, really thank you for having you here, Vishesh. It was a very good discussion, and having your insights are really helpful.
Thank you.
So, viewers from Sproa Life Coaching, we are going to continue with coping with COVID-19 series. Next time, we will bring you with another interesting topic. Till then, take care. See ya.
Bye bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.